Good evening to one and all. A warm welcome to 14th Doctoral Research International Conference on Social Sciences, Humanities and Interdisciplinary Research, Golden Jubilee of NEHU, May 2022 to May 2023. Doctoral Research Conference series, a series of 100 conference bridge the research gap and grow. Jointly organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC, Northeastern Hill University, NEHU, Shillong, Meghalaya, and Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD, Shillong Chapter, Meghalaya, in collaboration with the Department of Philosophy and IQAC, MORAN College, affiliated to Dibrugarh University, and Department of Philosophy, SRIVENKATESWARA University, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. A warm welcome to today's keynote speaker, my guru, collaborator, Professor P. Chennai Sir, Department of Philosophy, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati. Professor Prabhasankar Sukla Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. Professor Raja Reddy Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sri Venkateswara University. Professor Mitali Kawama, Principal, Moran College. Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bartukur Sir, Moran College, IQAC Coordinator. Dr. Srotosini Gogoy Madam, Head Department of Philosophy and Workshop Coordinator, Conference Coordinator, Moran College, and Professor B.S. Mipun Sir, Chairman, ISTD, Shillong Chapter. Professor A.S. Dikshit Sir, Director, IQAC. And Noble Participant, Dr. Nagarajasri Madam, Dr. Vijay Bhaskar Sir, for their wonderful support. I can express my gratitude today, also some interaction with them. A warm welcome to Noble participants, research scholars, teachers, policymakers, and administrators. A series of international conference series. This is for doctoral research especially. But here, two paper presenters, Babana Chutia and myself. She is my 8th research scholar, and another is myself, Dr. Srotosini Madam and Professor Chennai Sir. Blended learning in teacher education. Already UGC has issued a policy note to teach through blended learning. 40% you can teach through online, and remaining we can teach through offline and blended learning model. And second paper on top tips for identification of research problem. The first step in research is identification of a research problem. There are n number of tips are available for research scholar. Now again, new batch started based on the new regulation of UGC. In our department also, we got 4 new scholars. Many departments in NEHU and other parts of India also, PhD admissions are going on. This is very interesting topic, identification of research problem. It is useful also. From Professor Chennai Sir, myself, along with all the participants, eagerly waiting to listen a new concept, a philosophical concept, maybe a political, geographical, economic, technological concepts for the benefit of our scholars. As usual, we start our program with Vande Mataram.
शीतला सस्य श्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरं शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरम्.
Thank you. I'm requesting Professor Chinnai sir to deliver keynote address. Over to you, sir.
Respectable coordinator and the organizer for this program, and who is actively organizing these programs, and all the participants of the program. So research and search are most important for development of human progress and knowledge. So doing PhD is a very nice thing for professional development of oneself. So knowledge makes man very potential person. Today I supposed to talk on great philosopher world. So his name is Zoroastrian. We have various types of religions in the world: Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Judaism, Confucianism, Taoism, Shintoism. So we have a Zoroastrianism. The Zoroastrianism is a religion. Zoroastrian religion. So people may call this may be a Parsi religion. So those who are followers, those who are practicing Zoroastrian religion is a people may call Parsis. So Zoroastrian is a great philosopher, is the founder of Zoroastrianism. He born in before Christ 628 and died in 551. He born in Iran. His place is Ray. So he's a wonderful philosopher. He's a prophet. He's a writer, a great philosopher, great person. So according to Zoroastrian, many great things are there. He said many things. Doing good in others is not a duty, it is a joy. For it increases your health and happiness. So doing others is not a duty, it is a joyful thing. So if you do something good for others, you may get more health, more happiness. So here he said about turn yourself not away from the three best things: good thought, good word, and good deed. So here we have in the world three great things. They are good thought, good word, and good deed. So we have life, our future, our present life depends upon the present actions. That's why here Zoroastrian is telling good thought are most important. Good word, good deed. We have two aspects in the human being life. One is a good, another is a evil. If you have a goodness in our thought, in our word, in our deed, there is no problem for you. For this life and for the next life, for wherever you go to God or heaven. These aspects, good thought, good deed, good word, may follow you just like a pilot in the traffic, in the VIP treatment. They may enter in the heaven. They may open the doors of the heaven. They may create all good things to you. If you take evil in our thought, in our word, in our deed, from this point of view, from this life point of view, for next life or anywhere in the present moments, you may get more harmfulness. That's why here, throughout your life, have a good thoughts while walking, doing all your life. They are very powerful sources for your life. Good words, if you talk bad words, negative words, immediately you may get harmful expressions. If you express good words, you may get more happiness, more encouragement, more progress, more safety to your life. Deeds. The present life depends upon our past actions. The future life depends upon present actions. You are responsible for your actions. You have total freedom here in the world, but you are responsible for everything. So Zoroastrian is telling, seek your happiness in the happiness of all. So create more happiness for people. If you create more happiness for people, you may get more happiness. He's telling more important, best professions for human being life. A right thinking mind is a best profession, best possession. A right thinking mind is the best possession, means property, wealth. So right thinking creates right actions. He's telling a meditative mind is a great possession. So if you are doing meditation, if you are watching your life, then that may be a very happy thing. A contented mind is the best possession. So if you have a contentment, if you have a meditation, if you have a right thinking, automatically your life will progress very nicely. You may get more happiness. Again, he is telling a pure mirror-like mind is the best possession to you. So what are the assets you need according to Zoroastrianism? Zoroastrian, a founder of Zoroastrian religion who born in Iran and who created wonderful things in the world. So he said, right thinking, meditation, contentment, pure mind. These are most important thing for your life, for happiness. These are your possessions. These are your properties. So here in the life, taking the first step with the good thought, the second step with a good word, and in the third with a good deed. You follow a good thought, good word, good deed. So here he is telling one good is worth of 1,000 prayers. If you have done any one good thing for society or anybody, that is equal to 1,000 prayers. So he is telling you do good things than saying something. So action is the most powerful thing. It creates more changes in our life. So he's telling excessive liberty and excessive servitude are equally dangerous and produce nearly the same effect. So he's telling follow the life, the law of balance. Don't be extreme. So excessive liberty and excessive servitude are equally dangerous and produces nearly. So don't be a slave. Don't be extremely free. Have a balance. If you take more food, if you take more water, if you take anything more, that may be harmful for health. In the same manner, liberty and slavery. So don't have too much freedom and don't have too much slavery. Have a balance. Then your life will be very beautiful. So here he's telling about getting. So the god of Zoroastrianism or Zoroastrian, Ahura Mazda. So here if you observe the religious tradition of Zoroastrianism, So here in the Zoroastrian religion, uh, those who are following the religion, the people we may call Parsis, in the death funeral program, we find differently in the Parsis. So here in the different religions, people may bury the dead body, or they may cremate, they may burn, or they may buried in the earth, or they may keep on the fire and it will become ashes. But according to Zoroastrianism and Zoroastrian tradition and the Parsis, they won't bury the dead body. They won't give body to firing. But those who are staying in the Zoroastrian religious people, Parsis, they may construct a big tower in their house area, big tower. The tower had some space, upper space. After death, they may perform some duties for the dead body, and the tower had some steps. They may keep the dead body in the tower. So eagles will come, birds will come, many things will come. They eat the dead body. That is the tradition of Zoroastrian religion. This type of things we find in the persons who are following the Parsi religion, Zoroastrianism. But here the principles are very wonderful. Zoroastrian is a person of universal nature. He has studied very nicely about human life. He is telling how to realize godliness, how to get moksha. He said, one need not scale the heights of the heaven or travel along the highways of the world to the find Ahura Marja. With the purity of mind, holiness of the heart, one can find him in one's own heart. If you have a pure mind, if you have a pure heart, you are free from all evils in our mind. You have no any impurities in our heart. When you have a pure mind heart, you can see Ahura Marda or God within you. So that's why telling, don't allow any evils, bad things, corruptions, disorders, destruction in our thought, in our word, in our deed. When you allow bad things to the thought and the word and the deed, automatically you will become very negative. You will become very harmful person in the world. You may get more suffering in the world. That's why have a good life. So he is telling the protection of good thought, good word, good things. Your good thought, good words, and good deeds alone will be your pilots. Nothing more will wanted. That alone will serve you as a safe pilot to the harbor of heaven, as a safe guide to the gates of the paradise. So he's telling, if you have a record of good thoughts, good words, good deeds, so these are enough to get welcome in the paradise. Not only in the paradise or the heaven or anywhere, in the present life also, you may live very comfortably. That's why you have a three pillars in our life. Very, very important things in the life. They are your thought that is there in our mind, your action that is coming from your throat, mouth, your actions, they are coming from your motor organs. Watch your thoughts, watch your deeds, watch your words. Live very carefully. Only give permission which are very useful, good for society. You can give permission for only that type of talks. Don't speak any negative things, bad things, harmful things. You purify your words. Only good things can have a permission to come to the outside world to share with people. So deeds. So the heaven or hell are relating with actions. Your happiness or unhappiness depends upon your actions. That's why be careful. So he's telling very nicely about many things. That which is good for all is the universal law. Only a law that is true. So he's telling, be good, be kind, be humane and charitable, love your fellows, console the afflictions, pardon those who have done your wrong. So he's telling, so give forgiveness, don't punish, be good, be kind, express kindness, be human means give kindness, respect, treat other people, don't bother about many things. So give only love, affection, give consideration, then only you will live very happily. So he is telling in the beginning, there were two primal spirits, twins, spontaneously active. These are the good and the evil in thought, in word, and in deed. So entire human life, for happiness, for unhappiness, for heaven or hell, for pleasantness or unpleasantness, these aspects are the sources. So evil thought or good thought, or evil word or a good word, evil action or a good action. So you have a two roots in our life. One is a evil root, another is a good root. If you go to the evil route, you may express evil thoughts, evil words, evil actions. Automatically, hell will come, sorrow will come, suffering will come, negative things will come, harmful things come to you to welcome. You have another route, that is a good route. There you are going to express good thoughts, good words, good actions. So enlightenment people will come to felicitate you, two people will come to honor you, two people will come to give happiness to you. So it is left to you, it is in our hand. You have a total freedom, you have a inner consciousness, you have a soul. If you select evil route, you will face sorrow, suffering. If you select good route, you will get happiness. That's why he's telling, be careful, be watchful. So watch every moment, do always good things. Otherwise, your life will be more sorrowful. You may not get more happiness in your life. So he's telling, devotion, life fires goes to upward. So he's telling another important aspect is satisfaction linked with a dishonor or with harm to others is a prison for the seeker. The faithless, he will bring sorrow to others and destroy their own spiritual lives hereafter. So if you want to get a satisfaction on the basis of dishonor and harming others, so if you create some environments, so dishonoring or insulting, harming and talking negatively, creating dishonor environment in the other person's areas on the basis of the dishonor experience of other persons, we may get a satisfaction. So enjoying other insult in our mind. So that is the one route. Another is harming others, seeing destruction of others, harming others on the basis of the suffering of other people, the destruction of other people, the sorrow of other people. If you are enjoying or if you are getting satisfaction, that is a very harmful, that may be a very destructive one in our life. That's why he's telling, don't get any satisfaction on the basis of dishonor. So if you insult some people, don't get satisfaction on the basis of dishonor. So don't enjoy others' suffering. So free from satisfaction of dishonor and the harmfulness of the other, they are most important. So otherwise, if you continue, you may get a prison, you may get suffering, you may get harmfulness. Ability in a man is a knowledge which emanates from divine light. So if you have a knowledge or ability, that is nothing but the result of God's blessing, God's gift. So here is telling about destiny or effort of the human being life. I shall be master of my own destiny. He's telling you have a two routes, the positive route and the negative route. So if you go in the evil route, you may get suffering. If you go with a good thought route, you may get happiness. It depends upon your actions. Your destiny depends upon your actions. That's why be careful. No happiness can be yours if your spirit of falsehood directs your lives. So if you are going with the evil route, if you are going with a destructive purpose, you are going in the wrong line, you won't get happiness. So your route is different. If you are going with the right route, you may get happiness. Means right route means right thought, right word, right deed. So if you go evil route means wrong thought or a evil thought or a evil word or a evil deed. So don't go that. If you go in the wrong route in thought, word and deed, thought, word, and deed are very destructive when they have evil sense. That's why be careful. Use good things. No happiness can be yours if the spirit of fashion directs yourself. For he who looks upon evil with the tolerance is no other than evil himself. So a person who is watching the dishonor, the harmfulness, the destruction, the sadness of others with a tolerant mind, so he may get anytime the bad consequences of the life. That's why he's telling, as long as I have power and I am able to, I shall teach all to seek for truth and the right. So Zoroastrian is telling, so I have a energy, I have a spirit. So throughout my life, I may teach for people the truth and everything. So here, whether a man's position be a great or a small, let him every aspire to righteousness and adjure the wicked. So here, if may do good things or bad things, a small negative, positive things, they are left to your fate. But do small things or big things, good things based on righteousness. So avoid bad things, negate bad things, do good things always. Then only you will get more happiness and success in the life. So don't compare this is a good thing or a bad thing. Anything it is a good when it is based on righteousness. So he's telling, having bodies and spiritual consensus by the thought ourselves, the power of thought, word, deed, thus free to choice our faith to our own will. So you have a total freedom. You have a consciousness. You can go right route or a wrong route. So that is left to you. So always do only right things. Don't do any wrong things. Let not destruction overtake the right living. Let not the diligent good suffering at the hands of evil. So he is telling, so protect the people, give respect, give the holiness of the human being's spirit. So always destroy the negative things. Accept only positive living, right living. He's telling, happiness comes to them who bring happiness to the others. So if you give happiness to others, you may get happiness to you. If you are not giving happiness to others, you may not get happiness to you. That's why happiness is a seed. If you show a seed of happiness in the field, you may get happiness flowers, happiness fruits, happiness leaves, anything. If you sow a evil seed in the field, you may get evil fruits, evil leaves. That's why doing good thing for the sake of others' happiness is the most important thing for getting happiness to you. Don't do any harmful things. If you have no capacity to do any good things to you, be silent. Don't do any harmful things according to Zoroastrian. If you do any harmful things, the action of that thing may come to you in this life or a next life. It may enter, it may follow just like a shade to you. That's why for happiness of life, always do with the right thought, with the right word and right deed. Then only you will happy. So he's telling for a great living processes, use your life, the meditation, the right thinking, the contentment, and the pure light of mind. He's telling a right thinking mind is the best position. A meditative mind is the best position. A contented mind is the best position. A pure mirror-like mind is the best position. So here in the Zoroastrian philosophy, your mind is the most important thing in the life. In the mind, you have a good thoughts, good words, good actions record. If you want to get more happiness, do always good things to you. You have a two routes in the life. One is a evil route, another is a good route. So the evil route is based on bad thoughts, bad words, and bad actions. The good route is based on good thoughts, good words, and good actions. It is left to your choice which route you are going to select. If you select bad route, you are going to the city of suffering. If you select the right route, you are going to city of heaven, happiness. That is left to you. So it is in our freedom. It is in our choice. That's why do good things for others. Enjoy happiness of others. Give happiness to others. Don't insult anybody. Don't harm anybody. Live with a simple manner. Then your life will be very pleasant. So these are the central issues we find in the Zoroastrian religion and the Zoroastrian. So he's a person of before Christ. He's a very ancient person. So he has given very good things for us. If you follow, if you understand these principles, we may get happiness in personal life, in the society and the world. I concluded this speech, Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful and extraordinary keynote address. Now, over to the noble participants, Venkata Subramanian sir, Pawan sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Venkata Subramanian.
Sir, kindly explain Zoroastrian views about justice. What it mentioned
So,
in his
yeah.
holy books.
Tell me.
So, Zoroastrian views about justice. Justice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. So here, in the Zoroastrian religion, or according to Zoroastrian, here we have heaven, we have hell, we have a god called Ahura Marja. He is the creator of earth and heaven. He is the judge for giving justice for all people. According to Zoroastrianism, the justice may come a person who have done their life activities on the basis of good thoughts, good words, good actions. So here justice. Here punishment will be there. A person who operated his life on the basis of bad thoughts, bad words, bad actions. So here Zoroastrian Ahura Marza, the god, may give only a person who is doing good things for others. A person who is operating good thoughts, good words, good action, he may get. So he is telling the good words, good actions, good thoughts are function just like a pilot while you are moving to heaven. They may give more justice to you. If you are doing any harmful things in the life, you may not get any justice. You may get punishment. So the good evils and the bad thoughts, bad actions, bad words may move just like a pilots to take your life to the hell, to punish your life. That's why justice may come on the basis of the performance of life based on good thoughts, good words, good actions. Venkata Subramania Ganpati.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Very wonderful explanation. Thank you.
Okay, good, good.
If you have any other question also, you can ask, sir. We have sufficient time. Venkat Subramanian, sir.
Sir, in Zoroastrianism, one word is found, sir, Avesta, Avesta.
Huh?
Avesta, Avesta. What is the meaning of it, sir?
So if you can find the meaning in your dictionary in the Google also, but if you ask any question with a conceptual sense, I may answer the philosophy.
Okay,
So
sir.
if you tell any synonymous word for this word, I may tell, because if these words are there in the philosophy of Zoroastrianism or a Zoroastrian philosophy, I may give the related aspects.
Actually, in the
Sir, in dictionary, you are right, sir. Professor Chennai, sir, with your permission, you are right. The Avesta is the primary collection of religious texts of Zoroastrianism composed in the Avestan language. This is a language.
Okay, this is a language, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, okay. You ask a question.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Venkat.
My question is, sir, what is the concept of dualism in Zoroastrianism? Dualisms. Actually, dualism refers to bad thoughts or good thoughts.
Okay, okay, okay. So here he has given, he said Zoroastrian or a Zoroastrianism or a great philosopher for Iran, and it is a before Christ philosopher, wonderful philosopher. He has given dualistic psychological concepts like in the life we have good and evil. These are dualities. The dualism in the Zoroastrianism is relating with dual concepts like good and evil. He has mixed two aspects relating with thoughts, means good thought, evil thought, good word, evil word, good action, evil action. So he has given two ways for life. So if you want to live very sorrowful, unpleasant, destructive, harmful, disastrous, very, very dangerous manner in your life, you have to select one way, that is the way of evil. There you are going to perform always bad thoughts, bad words, bad action, all evil things in this world. Sometimes he may die anytime. He may get more harmful reactions on the basis of his thoughts, actions, and words. We have another way in the dualistic manner, that is a good way. Here in the good way, always good thought, good words, good actions, doing good things for society, enjoying goodness of others. So always good, always he may enjoy the peace, happiness, bliss, love, and everything. So here in the evil route, the person is enjoying sorrow and suffering. In the good route, he is enjoying happiness. And so these two routes are there. You have full freedom here. You have a consciousness, you have a alertness, you have intelligence. You can select. If you select negative, you are responsible for your actions according to Zoroastrianism. If you select a positive route, you may enjoy life with a beautiful manner. That's why he's telling, be wise. Don't select a negative route. Always select a positive route. Live your total life on good thoughts, good words, good action. Then only you will be peaceful in the life. Venkata Subramanya Ganapati.
Thank you, sir. Nice explanation, sir. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Anyone else? Come on, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste,
Namaste.
please.
Namaste, sir.
Pawan Kumar.
Okay, sir. Sir, an ancient history, Zoroastrianism short way. What is good and what is bad? Nowadays, the two things is here: sex and that over black money of living life. These two things is how can sir that good or bad? Our physiology. Hello.
See,
Okay, what is good and what is bad,
yeah.
sir? This is our human being creating, sir. It is our human being overpopulation, then creating that this is good, this is bad, that to create them only. That every ism.
So here, so according to Zoroastrianism or a Zoroastrian, he said about law of balance, extreme. He said, if you have a more freedom, that is not good. If you have a more slavery, servitude, that is not good. Be balanced. So here in the population, or a sex, or any affair, be balanced. Keep that particular thing in the balanced place. So here, good and bad relation, according to Zoroastrianism. So you said the corruption or the problem or any problem. So he's a universal person. His principles are applicable throughout the world. He's a person who created as a philosopher through humanity. His principles are eternal. These principles are useful present generation and the future generation also. He is telling good and evil. So he said, what do you mean by good? If your behavior is based on good thoughts, good words, good actions, so if you express your thoughts with the unity, for love, for sharing, for understanding, there is no problem. If your words are very joyful, welcoming, enjoyable for others, so no problem. If you do good things for development of society, for equalization, many good things. So if you follow good thoughts, good actions, good words, that is a good for society and oneself. That is a good. So another, he said, evil root, evil in the thought, evil in the word, evil in the action. So any person who is doing very harmful thoughts, so lies, deceptions, cunningness, harmfulness, so cheating, many harmful thoughts there in the mind, then automatically the thoughts may create harmfulness to society and oneself. If you talk very negative, destructive, harmful words in the society and oneself, the words may create very destruction. If you have done any harmful things directly or indirectly, secretly, automatically. So here, good means good is based on good thought, good word, good action. So good for society in the form of words, in the form of thoughts, in the form of actions. So here bad is bad in the form of thoughts, bad in the form of words, bad in the form of actions. That's why he is telling you select always good. How you select? Be careful, be watchful, be observer in the world. Do only always good things. This is the content we find. Pawan Kumar, Amaresh sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay, sir.
sir.
Okay.
Excellent, sir.
Iran, so many Iran and that Arab countries, so many peoples are struggling for physiological problems, sir, and no adjustment, no better adjustment in the country, sir.
So he born in 500 BC, 2500 years ago he born. During the period here, the Buddhistic, the Jaina philosophy in the China, Lao Tzu, Confucius, and the West Zoroastrianism, that is a golden period. So you are telling in the modern sense. That's why he is telling you have to follow two ways throughout the humanity. You may call various types of religions, various types of names for human beings. So they are different. You are a human being. So you are the children of the God. If you follow balance and right, so don't extreme, don't expect positive or negative with a higher manner. If you expect more, there is a danger. Give respect, understand your mind, then only you can solve. He's telling psychosomatic and somatic psycho. If you have a, he's telling happiness comes when you give happiness to others. This is a psychosomatic relation. So you are giving happiness to the person's other person mind. Automatically in return you may get happiness from other person. If you give harmful expression to other person mind, you may get return unhappiness. That's why psychosomatic relation is most important. If you give more good things to other person's happiness, automatically these are eternal principle. So here we are saying in the political countries, but these are there in the world in the past, present and future. But basically, we have to understand beyond nation, beyond religion, beyond caste, beyond language. If you see the trueness of the humanity, if you follow this type of golden principles for our life, we may get more happiness. Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Dr. Neha Singh, madam, I think joined through laptop. Varsha Kumari, madam. Any other newly joined participants? Anyone?
Meenakshi is available.
Sir?
Dr. Meenakshi is available.
Meenakshi, no, sir. Krishna Murari from SVU. Anyone? Okay.
Dr. A.
So I can
Meenakshi,
ask.
Amresh sir.
No, no,
Dr.
sir.
A.
They are not available. Sir, yeah, Meenakshi madam is available.
Yes. From Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu,
Oh.
Meenakshi. Ma'am.
Ah,
Good evening.
Yes,
Please,
yes,
please.
yes, Meenakshi.
Yes,
Welcome, Dr. A. Meenakshi.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Say something. You have a wonderful name.
Yeah.
Say something, ask something.
No, nothing, sir. Very good.
So here,
Very good.
tell
talk.
me. Very good. So here, nothing, very good talk. Here you have used three important words. One is a nothing and very good talk. Very good and talk. So here in the Zoroastrian philosophy, we find three aspects, the three words in the philosophy of Zoroastrianism and the Zoroastrian. He said about for getting happiness in the life, you have to follow, you used the word talk good. He said, good word, good talk is the most important for a happy life. If you talk very badly, negatively, destructively, that is harmful to your life. So here, another, he said, you used the word good. So here Zoroastrian said, good thoughts are very useful for happy life. Bad thoughts are very destructive for unhappy life. So bad thought leads to unhappiness. Good thought leads to happiness. So here good thought brings friendship. Bad thought brings enmity. So here he said about good action, good deed, bad deed. So if you are doing any bad actions in our life, automatically you get more sorrow and suffering. If you do good things, you may get very pleasantly. So on the basis of your statement, I have taken some words. So good action, nothing. So he said about nothing also, nothingness also used the word. That is relating with nothingness means that is just like a summer sky, a sky without any clouds. So here nothingness means in the mind, you don't find any thoughts when your mind is just like a pure mirror, a mirror without any dust, a white paper without any letter, a mind without having any impurity. That stage is called nothingness. So if you have a nothing state of mind, you may get more happiness. Dr. A. Meenakshi, so I said something about your statement. I added the Zoroastrian philosophy for your expression. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Dr.
Thank you very
Meenakshi.
much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir,
Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Sir, with your
Sorry, sir. Very good.
Sir, with your
Amresh, sir.
permission, yes, sir, yes, sir. Sir, I read one
tell me.
article about Parsis when they migrated to India. India given for shelter, food. That's why they have good cultural relationships, some positive attitude. Even Tatas also I heard. Smriti Irani, Tatas, all are Parsis. And maximum Parsis are great industrialists.
So here we can find great moral principles. So here relating with migration of Zoroastrians to India. So India is a great country. Here unity and diversity, diversity and unity. It is a place for welcoming good things. It is a wonderful welcoming country in the universe. So here it has given more colors to the world. It has given more scope to live all types of people in the world. It is just like a mother in the universe. So here Parsis have come from Iran and they settled here. So here you see the religion of Zoroastrian, wonderful religion. This is one of the wonderful religions in the world. So if you read the teachings of Zoroastrianism, Zoroastrian is a very, very wonderful person, very touching person. His words are very vibrating. So you see the good thought, good word, good action. Bad thought, bad word, bad action. If you are using bad thoughts, bad words, bad actions, you are going to directly hell. If you are using good thoughts, good words, good action, you are going to directly to the heaven. So if you have a good thoughts, good word, good action, don't bother. These three things will take you. They will open the doors of the heaven. They will introduce you to the God. Don't bother about. These are very powerful safety measures for you. If you are using bad words, bad thoughts, bad actions, so nobody can help you. Nobody can help you for your peace. All people will come to destroy you, to give more suffering. This is a wonderful. So here in the here in the Islam and Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Taoism, Shintoism, Confucius. So all the religions we find the law of action. But if you do good things, you may get good, and if you do bad things, you may get bad. But that is there. But here, with the unique sense we find in the Zoroastrian philosophy, Zoroastrian religion. So this is a very nice one, Amresh sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. With your permission, may I go for presentation?
Okay,
Thank
please
you,
move, Amresh sir.
Good evening to Professor Chennai sir and noble participants, the two paper presenters. So one is our collaborators and another one is my scholar. The top tips for identification of research problem. Outline of the presentation, introduction, objective of the study, and conclusion. To learn the top tips for the identification of the research problem is the only one objective of the study. I would like to, as usual, even though it is a conference, but our main motto is learning, sharing, gaining something. So whatever we have through videos, we can learn many things. Even after going through many innovative things, one thought came to my mind. I can show my blog into 100 languages. Even nowadays, we are publishing articles in one language. But if it is maybe a digital mode, an article can be read by any other author while changing the language. This type of publication we need. Someone is good in maybe regional languages, even Mizo also available, and Assamese, Bengali, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam. So all the maximum Indian languages also. Those who are not able to understand English can read in their own language. But unfortunately, still the journals, they're not in a position to think in that direction. And even online journals, we can incorporate videos also. Some lab, chemistry, physics, or botany, zoology, simply text, but text, word gives single meaning only. Image gives 1,000 meanings, video gives million meanings. But at present, journals not in a position to incorporate videos, but this is my innovative idea. We can see God has a plan for you, son.
Thing to eat. He saw the fruit farm. He looked around and didn't see anyone guarding the fruits on the tree. So he quickly decided to steal some fruits. But as soon as he walked into the farm and started to climb the tree, the farmer saw him and started coming at him to catch him. The lazy man saw the farmer coming at him with a stick. He got afraid and ran towards the forest nearby and went inside it to hide. After some time, when he felt he started to move on from the forest, and while passing through, he saw the wonderful scene. There was a fox. It had only 2 legs and still was crawling on them happily. The lazy man thought, how can this fox stay alive in such condition? The fox can't run. How he must be able to feed himself or stay alive from the threat of other animals. Suddenly, he saw the lion coming towards the fox with a piece of meat already in his mouth. All the animals ran away, and the lazy man climbed up on the tree to save himself. But the fox stayed there only. He didn't have the ability to run on 2 legs. But what happened next surprised the lazy man. The lion left a piece of meat which was in his mouth for the fox. The lazy man felt happy seeing God's play. He thought the God who is the creator of all always has a plan set to take care of what he created. He felt that God must have something planned for him too. So he left that place and sat somewhere away alone, waiting for someone to feed him too. As time started to pass, he kept looking at the road, waiting for his food. He waited there for 2 days without any food. Finally, he couldn't bear the hunger and started to leave. He met an old sage on the way. He told everything happened to the sage. The sage first gave him some food and water. After having it, the lazy man asked the sage, "O wise one, the God had shown his mercy on the crippled fox. But why the God was so cruel to me?" The old sage with a smile said, "True that the Creator has a plan for everyone. You are obviously a part of the God's plan. But son, you took his sign in a wrong way. He didn't want you to be like the fox. He wanted you to be like the lion. Often we misunderstand the signs. God has given everyone a strength and ability to do their part. Always learn to see the things in a positive way and see yourself in a strong position to help the ones who need. Don't go for the easy choice. Make a right choice. God's plan is always the best. Sometimes the process is painful and hard, but don't forget that when God is silent, He is doing something for you. A king is not born, he is made.
Very wonderful story. Now the second video is related to our topic when you feel stressed due to problems in life. So how to overcome? Simply watch this video.
Most problems, if you give them enough time and space, will eventually wear themselves on its own. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness, bad days give experience, worst days give lessons, and best days give memories. Optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you. Whatever happens, getting depressed is not a solution. Getting depressed would be one more problem. Be patient. None of your problems will remain unsolved. When you focus on problems, you get more problems. When you focus on possibilities, you have more opportunities. Do not allow negative thoughts to enter your mind, for they are the weeds that strangle confidence. Problems are hidden opportunities and constraints that can actually boost creativity. Most of the problems in life are because of two reasons: we act without thinking, or we keep thinking without acting. Life struggles are necessary for growth. Talking about our problem is our greatest addiction. Break the habit and talk about your joy. We do not develop courage by being happy every day. We develop it by surviving difficult times and challenging adversity. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. In the heart of every struggle lies an opportunity to grow. Don't wait for things to get easier, simpler, and better. Life will always be complicated. Learn to be happy right now, otherwise, you will run out of time. Solve the problem or leave the problem, but don't live with the problem. The biggest communication problem is that we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. Never give up and be confident in what you do. There may be tough times, but the difficulties which you face will make you more determined to achieve your objectives and to win against all the odds. Nobody has a perfect life. Everybody has their own problems. Some people just know how to deal with it in a perfect way. Some days are better, some days are worse. Look for the blessings instead of the curse. Be positive, stay strong, and get enough rest. You can't do it all, but you can do your best. When surrounded by difficulties in life, keep low, speak less till the storm passes. Where there is problem, there is an opportunity to learn something new. If you don't like the road you are walking, start paving another one. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Sometimes the questions are complicated and the answers are simple. Be positive. Your mind is more powerful than you think. What is down in the well comes up in the bucket. Fill yourself with positive things. Always turn a negative situation into a positive situation. Our problems are not solved by physical force or by hatred or by war, but our problems are solved by love, kindness, gentleness, and joy. A lot of problems in the world will disappear if we talk to each other instead of talking about each other. Problems only get solved when you stop ignoring them. Every problem has a solution. You just have to be creative enough to find it. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them.
Right. So if you're going to identify a problem, it is your duty to think always what to do, where to do, when to do, who or whom to do, why to do, and how to do. Now, this one's the effort is the strength of life. How a monkey is a fulfilling needs. Research problem is a statement about an area of concern, a condition to be improved, a difficulty to be eliminated, or a troubling question that exists in scholarly literature, in theory, or in practice that points to the need for meaningful understanding and deliberate investigation. Identification of a research problem is a problem for a research scholar. So one of our colleagues always says the same statement. So this is true also. We have so many problems, but we don't have clarity in our mind how to frame a statement for our research study. So this one is what types of research to do.
There's a lot of debate in research of are you a qualitative or a quantitative researcher, and I think a good researcher is both and uses both when it's appropriate.
We had different questions that we were trying to answer to get an overall view of what we were looking at. We couldn't just do it with one method.
I definitely see that they complement each other. So qualitative is sometimes strengthened by having the numbers, and the numbers are often strengthened by having the stories of people's experiences.
So I think choosing the approach to your study design is really dependent on the question that you're answering. And so different questions will lend themselves to different approaches, as will different contexts. So I think you first have to sit down and really think clearly about what's my aim, what's the objective, and based on that then you say, okay, well, what's the context? So what does the setup look like? What am I measuring? And then based on that you can say, well, what analysis methods do I need? So it really is all the base, I think, or the foundation of all those decisions is having a really clear research question.
I never think the methodology should overshadow the research question. What you want is a methodology that solves the question for you, whatever that is.
But the most important thing is that the research method you choose matches the question you want to answer.
The value of using different methods, qualitative versus quantitative, both methods answer a different question. They answer a different type of question.
You just have a really good question that you want to answer, and then you fit the project around the question. Question always comes first, everything else comes later.
Right. Top 10 qualities of good academic research. Here you can see quality of a good researcher: research-oriented, efficient, scientific, effective, active, resourceful, creative, honest, economical, and religious. A good researcher is curious and asks questions, reads, and reads. Here stops and thinks about what they have read and does not copy something else's ideas, put their thoughts into their own words. Now, plagiarism, you can understand it is not good to take the ideas of others. Research topics, problems, purpose, and questions. Here, in general, we always think development of a research.
In this presentation, we will start our journey of conducting a research by identifying what we want to study and why we need to know them. To do so, let's review the concepts of research topics, problems, purposes, and questions. Developing your research idea will be starting with clarifying your research topic, which is the broad subject matter area to be investigated. How do we find a research topic? Researchers utilize different sources to find a research topic. Research topic can be found from theories that can be validated or expanded. Let me share my experience with how I found my dissertation topic. From an institutional theory perspective, researchers have argued that universities will comply with what rankings measure. If this assumption based on the theory is not tested in this particular context, ranking in university expenditure, a researcher like myself can investigate this topic, or he or she can expand the theoretical explanation and see if some dimensions of rankings, such as changes in the ranking position, differentiate expenditure behaviors of colleges and universities in relation to rankings. Another way to find a research topic is to learn from existing literatures and see what they described as the next step. For example, you may review a body of literature that explains the effect of attending an elite university on job attainment. You find that most existing research suggests that elite university helps getting a more prestigious occupation, but what practices of elite universities make their students better off remains as black box. Then this unknown area can be your research topic. You can also do a replication study while you expand or alter the direction of the initial research. An example can be a research on the impact of study abroad on employment outcomes. The original research was conducted in European setting, and you may replicate the same study design to the US context. In relation to this course in particular, one way to find research topic is to reflect on your personal experiences and observations and to see if there is anything that you want to change or improve in your surrounding environment. For example, if you work for a career center and have been thinking about how you can encourage students to visit the center and use the services more often, this could be your research topic. One example that I found interesting from the localized context that we are situated is the differential tuition policy at ASU. Because this policy allowed different programs charge higher tuition than baseline tuition, I wonder if this would affect low-income students in terms of their choice of major, as well as retention and graduation outcomes due to the extra financial burden. Once we identify the research topic, next step is to even more specify what problem we want to investigate and improve on within the broad topic area we selected. Research problem is a statement about an area of concern, a condition to be improved upon, a difficulty to be eliminated, or a troubling question from your topic area. Also, you will need to explain why the problem is meaningful and worthy to investigate. Some research problems can be studied quantitatively or qualitatively. If your problem is more about explaining, predicting, or statistically describing an event or outcome, your research will be guided by a quantitative approach. On the other hand, if your problem emphasizes the need to understand a group, process, event, and phenomenon, your research study will be guided by a qualitative approach. In your writing, you want to place your problem into a particular context. Use clear, non-technical language and avoid jargon. Do not assume that all of your audience knows the context that you are talking about. Your problem statement is the first place where you explain what is going to be studied and why the problem is worth it to study. So try to stimulate your readers' interests. Do not try to solve all problems from your topic with this one single study. Limit your problem to a manageable scope, considering the resources and time you have. Going back to the example, the research topic I identified was the differential tuition policy at ASU. Now I drafted a research problem statement following guidelines that we just reviewed in the previous slide. First, I'm providing the context of the research problem. Basically, in 2007, the Arizona Board of Regents approved universities under its purview to charge differential tuition, which is the higher or lower tuition than the baseline tuition for particular undergraduate academic programs or colleges. And at ASU in particular, engineering, business, mass media, and life and natural sciences are charging up to additional $400 per semester for all students who are in these colleges or declared those majors. Then I provide the concern that I want to address in this research, that the introduction of differential tuition might create a barrier for low-income students accessing to and persist through those majors. And this problem is significant because those programs are considered to create better occupational opportunities for students in the future. Also, the need for this study is the lack of empirical evidence on the impact of differential tuition. I conclude with the point that understanding this issue provides important practical implications to the tuition policy of the university and the board. Once we state the research,
I don't want to go for further here in this video. I think one thing is missing. Not only qualitative and quantitative, now we can move mixed method research also. So first exploratory and explanatory, sequential already we learned. Qualitative and quantitative, or quantitative, qualitative, and convergent. Here, choose your research topic. In the previous video also we mentioned the same thing. Before going to identify, suppose I would like to do a topic on higher education. Now within higher education, my research problem may be what in the innovative teaching learning techniques in higher education. And now we can say post-pandemic. What is because pandemic we used the blended and 100% online. Now because of this, UGC already came forwards to introduce the blended learning approach model also. So we need to change how many teachers are aware of. So I selected the topic higher education. Within that one, I can narrow down my topic, identify research problem, develop clear research questions. In general, whenever you are going to do a quantitative study, research objectives and hypotheses, for qualitative in general, we are going for research questions and research objectives. Sometimes both also, there is no such a hard and fast rule to use only these are those. Create a research design. Here research design in general, how you are going to collect data and how you are going to analyze data. Some other researcher, they feel everything outline of the research under research design, write your research proposal. So difference between among the topic problems, now you can see this one actually I presented under our workshop also. Title is the distance learning and the students motivation is the title. Topic is distance learning. Research problem is lack of students in distant classes. Purpose to study why students do not attend distance education classes at a community college. Research question is, does the use of interactive web pages help to increase students' interest in distance education classes? Hypothesis, the use of interactive web pages will increase students' interest in distance education. Now, before you can make it a two group, one group may be a control group, and even you can do some experiment also. Those who are with interactive web pages group and without interactive web pages group. Otherwise, you can take without interactive web pages how students were attended after introducing how the attendance level and achievement level. If we compare just like a t-test also, we can. So this is very easy for now how we moved from title to the problem. So this is always better researchers, those who are doing PhD, going to do PhD or going to do some projects, always think in this way, how to select a research topic. So you can see research before choosing a topic. It is the first step. So should not be broad. Just to narrow down, know all the requirements relevant to your field of study. Something, suppose some teacher, some students before joining PhD, they don't have idea. They are trying the way they are coming in such a way, they can do everything in their research. You are the not only one in this world or in this university. So right. So we are not only one in this universe to take care of research, better scope, always time frame. Because the research right now minimum 3 years, then we can move up to maximum 5 years for re-registration. Those who are carrying, they will get 240 days extra. So this type of things are there. Better don't minimum 3 years, maximum 6 years, but altogether 10 years, not beyond 10 years. So think to finish your research within 3 years, maximum don't go beyond 4 years. Even though if you waste your valuable time, 6 years are for the youth, maybe 26 up to 26 only youth, but after 26 years or 24 year also, you're supposed to do many things as early as possible. Spend your maximum time on your research, and complete. Align with current trends and hot topics. I'm to solve a genuine contextual problem. Sometimes what is happening, I have also example, just I Subramanian sir from SV University joined sir is from political science and human rights. I can education, someone is moral values in Chittoor district, someone is taking the same topic in other district, this type of thing. No use. We can learn procedure, but research is some creative, innovative outcome. Should be a researchable topic. Sometimes if you are taking some topic which are not researchable, which are not in a position to attainable, so don't select the type of topic. Keep pace or word limit in mind. Should spark your interest. Should be relevant to the supervisor's field of study. So, but sometimes what is happening, my first scholar, actually Professor Henia, late professor, under her guidance on research scholar, my first scholar, Eligius Savion doctor, he joined and he took topic on music educations. Actually, I'm little bit aware, but I never gone through it particular because of the scholar. I don't want to change his interest, minimize his ideas. So I learned by myself to guide, and we did. Should not cause issues in data collection. Check availability of data collection tools. Sometimes the tool is not available. It is your duty to standardize by yourself, develop yourself. If you have idea how to develop, then only you can do. 3 concepts to think about here: problem, topic, general area under the study, then problem, what needs to be studied under a specific situation, then we can move. Question here, finer, this is I got from Future Learn only. Whenever you are selecting any topic, it is feasible, interesting, novel, ethical, and relevant. Within a feasible is an adequate number of subjects, adequate technical expertise, affordable in time and money, manageable in scope. Interesting, getting the answer, introduce investigator, peers, and community. Novel, confirms, refutes, or extends previous findings. Ethical, amenable to study that institutional review board will approve. Actually, ethical committee is also there when you are going to do research on human beings or animals. You need a permission from them. And relevant to scientific knowledge, to clinical and health policy, and to future research. Another one is a PICOT, finer and PICOT. This PICOT is a population, patients, intervention, comparison group, outcome of interest, and time. So always better, what specific patient population are you interested? What is your investigational intervention? What is the main alternative to compare with the intervention? What do you intend to accomplish, measure, improve, or affect? The final time is what is the appropriate follow-up time to assess So two main things to do any research or research project is time and budget. What is sometimes the scholars are maybe getting fellowship, non-net fellowship, yes, JRF, SRF, but in state government universities, if you are getting even though you clear net, but you are not eligible to get any net fellowship, non-net fellowship, but central universities are providing only JRF candidates are getting, but I don't know why the state government is not in a position, but how he or she can do research without. How to select a research topic, brainstorm for ideas, make sure material is available for the topic. Before selecting any research topic for our program or conference, workshop, doctoral research conferences or conferences, Professor Chennai's first suggestion to me is whether material is available for you or not, please check it. If material is available, then only you can select. Otherwise, it is very difficult within a given time to organize a number of programs. So one way innovative, we need a new topic, a non-repeatable topic, at the same time available resources. Research and read more about your topic, make a list of keywords, prepare a thesis statement. Really, I surprised, knowingly or unknowingly, whatever here they mentioned, I followed for my doctoral research and even UGC Research Award also. Whenever, before going to develop a tool, my first suggestion to my scholars also, please identify. Suppose now ICT or digital capabilities or happiness, better, what are the key terms, keywords related to happiness? So in that way, when you collect 100 words or 150 words, you can prepare 50 statements. Very easy to develop a statement questionnaire or any scale. But many of them trying to write a statement directly instead of identifying a key concept or keywords. Always better whenever you are going to develop a tool, identify keywords. The process of topic selection, you can see here, what are the three things you are passionate about? Take carefully about this interest. Are there any aspects of them that fall within your assignment parameters? Then tentative topic. Again here, if I have idea already, if you have idea what is your potential topic, then what about this topic interest you? If you cannot answer these questions, go back to brainstorming process. So brainstorming process, this is also one of the really I like this slide. Whenever you are doing any topic, better before going to identify a problem, you need a topic. So what you can do, this one is the topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4, topic 5, but everything there. So within a topic, you can select your own topic, identifying a problem for each selected topic. After selecting a topic, you go for minimum 3 to 4 problems for each topic. Suppose higher education once I given blended learning approach post-pandemic. So in teaching learning, so in the same way, what you can do, what is a flipped learning or integration of ICT or machine learning or artificial intelligence. If you give this type of topics, then you can identify whether your expert research supervisor is capable. Recently, I evaluated one tool of one of the scholars. It is not good to mention the name of the scholar, university or supervisor. Actually, they went for only TPAC, technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge, but they went for only to technological and pedagogical or technology and content. So why, if you are not in a position to integrate three, no use. Even now, it is the time to move from skill to competency, competency to capability. Still, many of them are using skill, competency, but when to reach highest level, it is a very not a good idea to keep silent, evaluate each identified field. You can research problem is a statement about an area of concern, a condition to be improved, a difficulty to be eliminated, or troubling question that exists in scholarly literature, in theory, the same thing again repeating, or practice that points to the need for meaningful understanding and deliberate investigation. So what is a research problem slide? This one actually characteristics of a good thesis research problem. The problem can be stated clearly and concisely. The problem generates research questions. It is grounded in theory. It relates to one or more academic fields of study. Nowadays, NEP 2020, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary. It has a base in research literature. It has potential significance or importance. It is to able within the time frame. So don't select a research problem. It is beyond the time. No one is ready to help you, even supervisor also. At the same time, if you complete your PhD on time, you are going to give help others also to enter into the department. Nowadays, what is happening, some scholars are not able to submit because they are already working and they are not in a position to complete within a given time, taking more time. Not only they are doing, at the same time, they are not allowing others to enter into the department. This is really very bad. Sufficient data are available or can be obtained, and the researcher methodological strength can be applied to the problem. So components of research problem is an individual or group with some difficulty or problem, objectives of research that are to be attained, the environment in which the problem exists, two or more course of action or alternative means for obtaining the objective, two or more possible outcomes, objective of the study. There are three elements in research here: voluntariness and information and comprehension. The steps, what are the steps you can identify in research problem? Identify a problem, review of literature. This is actually a research process. Under the research process, the first step is always identify a research problem. That's why it is a very, very important. Again, the research problem is steps to formulate statement, example or definition, characteristics and components. Again, the same definition. Research problem, specify the purpose, collect data information, and build up concept model, select simulation model, choose simulation tool, develop simulation model. Again, conduct verification experiments. Here, if you're yes or no based on this, again, you can verify it yes. Then go to again conduct validation experiments. Again, no, leave it. Again, if yes, validated simulation experiments and documentation. Concepts to know here: problem, situation, research problem, problem statement, purpose statement, research question. Here, problem situation is the context that has called a researcher attention within the topic. Research problem, this is what a researcher thinks needs to be studied within the problem situation. Problem statement, sometimes the researcher not in a position to write a statement of the problem and research problem the same, but here you can see statement problem is a specific description of what introduce a researcher. Generally speaking, it includes briefly what is already known about the problem situation and that establishes the context from which the researcher problem emerges. What is unknown and deserve to be studied. You can say simply the research gap, the same thing also, research problem, and why it is important to know about that problem. So this much you can give, but simply some researcher evaluated more than 10 research PhD theses. They're giving the statement of the problem, just giving the title of the problem only, but it is not right way. What is a research problem? I can take another 2-3 minutes to complete this one. And research problem definition, what is the purpose? Here, introduce the importance of topic in research proposal, position of problem, provide framework. Again, defining a research problem, reading the reformulating. It is better to read more and more as required. Problem properly defined is half solved. If you are not defined your problem, sometimes you have no clarity in mind. That's why you are not in a position to understand what is it. So problems may be of following nature: exploratory, descriptive, or casual, gives proper direction to the researcher to go ahead. What is a research problem? Specific gap in knowledge, difficulty, contradiction, or question that you aim to answer through research. You might look for practical problem aimed at contributing to change. You may choose theoretical problems aimed at expanding knowledge. How to select a research problem should not be overdone. Don't select the same topic again. Should be feasible to conduct research, should not be controversial. Sometimes some of them are selecting so controversial, maybe alcohol and drugs. This may help for research. So this type of actually this taking alcohol and drugs itself is a wrong, but you are identifying, if you are going to identify a negative aspect, it's okay, but positive in general, better to avoid this type of things. Even all our adults, that's what I can share. What the Sania Mirza and Kushbu, they made a statement, there is no wrong sex before marriage. So maximum people, they reacted negatively, they throw the eggs on their car. So this type of things really very sad and bad, should be researchable. The related research material sources of research are within one's research. Steps for selecting a research problem. List topics that already we showed this with the table also. Evaluate each topic. Identify more than one problem. Evaluate each problem. Choose one main problem. So steps in identifying a research problem. Outline area of interest. Choose your topic. Narrow your topic. Identify research problem. Identify the purpose of your study. Again, same thing. Topic, research problem, purpose statement, research questions. So qualitative and quantitative, already we mentioned this one in the video. So these are all same thing again and again, but I would like to motivate more than for that purpose only I had shown. Considering in selecting a research problem, interest, magnitude, measurement of concepts, level of expertise, relevance, availability of data, and ethical issues. If you do like this, before concluding my presentation, it's a research topic selection list. This one always better to keep it. Have I done enough research before selecting a research topic for my study? If yes, you continue to next. Otherwise, you read again. You can do again and again. So these type of things are taking place. So what type of things you have next? Further research, you can go through it. And 8 hours model of this one, myself and Dr. Sutasini madams. So I don't want to read again and again the same thing. The second topic is a blended learning approach. After this, I can request you to expect questions from you. Blended learning in teacher education. This one outline, introduction, objective of the study, conclusion, teaching philosophy, why I teach, what I teach, how I teach, and how I measure effectiveness. Suppose this one is not only possible through traditional method or online method, it is better both blended. So what is a blended? You can simply go through it. Before going, I'd like to share one video. This is very, very important. Why? What really students want. I showed this one year back also during our programs. Now over to you.
Your son is a failure. He's barely passing my class, and with grades like this, I'm just not sure what kind of future he's gonna have. What do you have to say for yourself? You're supposed to graduate this year.
Listen to Mr. Johnson. What kind of future do you think you're gonna have?
With all due respect, don't call me a failure. Failure is an event, not a person in fact. And you talk about the future, Mr. Johnson, but you're not preparing us for that.
Excuse me?
Just listen to what I'm saying.
This should be good.
Would you agree that in the future, most careers will become automated?
Yeah, so?
So the people who succeed will have to be curious, innovative, with resilience to adapt to new changes.
What's your point?
My point is, the focus in this school is not on that. It is on regurgitating information and test taking, and that's just real. But in today's world, creativity is the most important leadership skill.
Oh, that's how you feel.
You don't have to believe me, but maybe you will believe the 1,500 executives who recently said creativity is the most important leadership skill. See, pretty soon, no one will be hired because of what they know, Because who cares what you know or if you've memorized a fact? We've got Google and Siri for that. In the future, people will be hired because of what they can do with their knowledge. Can they creatively solve real world problems, not just follow instructions or directions and bubble in multiple choice questions? So Mom, that's why I'm stressed, because these robotic tasks we learn in school should stop. Because no one can do a robot's job better than a robot. Billionaire founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma, said that we should not compete with artificial intelligence, but instead focus on developing unique human intelligence. Mr. Johnson, drills are for teeth, not the human mind. So these repetitive knowledge-based tasks we must leave behind. Or in the future, you're gonna find a lot of people graduating out of your class right into the unemployment line. See, many top companies today don't look at grades. Mom, that old way is expiring. Google has been quoted as saying GPAs are worthless criteria for hiring. Founder of Tesla, Elon Musk, agrees. So I say this with unease and sorrow. If you continue to teach today as you taught yesterday, then you rob us students of tomorrow. Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Sometimes sitting in your class is tough. I'm constantly thinking, if I don't look up at the clock, maybe it'll speed up. So I listen to you, do my work, and pay attention, feeling like an hour had to have gone by, but it was only 3 minutes. So if you wonder why we're bored in class, look, you wanna get a kid to hate reading? Give them this, a school textbook. And some people think it's our fault, and that hurts me. They say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And to that I say no. Firstly, you can put salt in that horse's hay and make him thirsty. And if you bring joy in your classroom, you can make any bad student nerdy. As he or she discovers the beauty of truly learning. Mr. Johnson, I mean no disrespect. You have the most important job on this planet. You build, create, and save lives. But if you really care about my future, like you say, then you have to fully commit and ask yourself honestly, how do I prepare a child for a future that doesn't yet exist? Here's a hint. The answer is not found in this. It's using this and this. See, in the future, we will need more passion and compassion. People with inspired hearts and wisdom to uplift this planet. And Mom, I love you, but can I be real?
Go ahead.
You want to know one of the biggest factors for childhood success? It's not IQ. It's family meals. And we haven't had one of those in a while. See, I know sometimes you don't feel proud, because I may not be a straight A student, but I'm not stupid. These tests may be 70% of my grade, but they're 0% of my future. But don't worry, I'll pass this class and get through this. But I need you to give me the space I need to be me and live true. Because the best feeling in the world is that your own parents get you. There's a passage in a book called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And if you don't mind, I'd love to share it with you.
Go ahead.
See, he says, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, they do not belong to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. So Mom, I'd appreciate it if you give me the love that I need to pursue my dreams. See, if we are to succeed, all three of us need behavior change on all fronts. We talk about the future, but the future is now, and it is created now by all of us.
I've never heard you speak like that before.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But I'm going to reach out to administration and try to change some things. You have my word.
This one, you can see what type of education really students are expecting from us. Being a teacher, it is our duty to change based on the needs. That's why teaching just traditionally 100% is also not good. At the same time, 100% online is also not good. Here, one more video is very, very useful video to change. This is the time of the hour, the need of the hour to change by ourselves. No one can come to change. It is our duty to change by ourselves, according to Ravindranath Tagore and Srirangam Srinivasulu in our Telugu literature. Please, you are the one to change and take care of yourself. No one is ready to take care of yourself. This video for you.
Albert Einstein once said, everybody's a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today on trial we have modern day schooling. Glad you could come. Not only does he make fish climb trees, but also makes them climb down and do a 10-mile run. Tell me, school, are you proud of the things you've done? Turning millions of people into robots, do you find that fun? Do you realize how many kids relate to that fish? Swimming upstream in class, never finding their gifts, thinking they are stupid, believing they are useless? Well, the time has come, no more excuses. I call school to the stand and accuse him of killing creativity, individuality, and being intellectually abusive. He's an ancient institution that has outlived his usage. So, Your Honor, this concludes my opening statement, and if I may present the evidence of my case, I will prove it.
Proceed.
Exhibit A. Here's a modern-day phone. Recognize it? Here's a phone from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Stay with me. Here's a car from today, and here's a car from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom of today, and here's a class we used 150 years ago. Now, ain't that a shame? In literally more than a century, nothing has changed. Yet you claim to prepare students for the future? But with evidence like that, I must ask, do you prepare students for the future or the past? I did a background check on you and let the record show that you were made to train people to work in factories, which explains why you put students in straight rows, nice and neat, tell them sit still, raise your hand if you want to speak, give them a short break to eat, and for 8 hours a day, tell them what to think. Oh, and make them compete to get an A, a letter which determines product quality, hence grade A of meat. I get it. Back then, times were different. We all have a past. I myself am no Gandhi. But today, we don't need to make robot zombies. The world has progressed. And now we need people who think creatively, innovatively, critically, independently, with the ability to connect. See, every scientist will tell you that no two brains are the same. And every parent with 2 or more children will confirm that claim. So please explain why you treat students like cookie cutter frames or snapback hats, giving them this one-size-fits-all crap.
Watch your language.
Sorry, Your Honor, but if a doctor prescribed the exact same medicine to all of his patients, the results would be tragic. So many people would get sick, yet when it comes to school, this is exactly what happens, this educational malpractice, where one teacher stands in front of 20 kids, each one having different strengths, different needs, different gifts, different dreams, and you teach the same thing the same way? That's horrific. Ladies and gentlemen, the defendant should not be acquitted. This may be one of the worst criminal offenses ever to be committed. And let's mention the way you treat your employees.
Objection. Overruled. I want to hear this.
It's a shame. I mean, teachers have the most important job on the planet, yet they're underpaid? No wonder so many students are shortchanged. Let's be honest, teachers should earn just as much as doctors, because a doctor can do heart surgery and save the life of a kid, but a great teacher can reach the heart of that kid and allow him to truly live. See, teachers are heroes that often get blamed, but they're not the problem. They work in a system without many options or rights. Curriculums are created by policymakers, most of which have never taught a day in their life. Just obsessed with standardized tests. They think bubbling in a multiple choice question will determine success. That's outlandish. In fact, these tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned, but don't take my word for it. Take Frederick J. Kelly, the man who invented standardized testing, who said, and I quote, "These tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if we continue down this road, the results will be lethal. I don't have much faith in school, but I do have faith in people. And if we can customize healthcare, cars, and Facebook pages, then it is our duty to do the same for education, to upgrade it, change it, do away with school spirit, because that's useless. unless we're working to bring the spirit out of each and every student. That should be our task. No more Common Core. Instead, let's reach the core of every heart in every class. Sure, math is important, but no more than art or dance. Let's give every gift an equal chance. I know this sounds like a dream, but countries like Finland are doing impressive things. They have shorter school days, teachers make a decent wage, homework is non-existent, and they focus on collaboration instead of competition. But here's the kicker, boys and girls. Their educational system outperforms every other country in the world. Other places like Singapore are succeeding rapidly. Schools like Montessori, programs like Khan Academy, there is no single solution. But let's get moving, because while students may be 20% of our population, they are 100% of our future. So let's attend to their dreams, and there's no telling what we can achieve. This is a world in which I believe, a world where fish are no longer forced to climb trees. I rest my case.
Right. To study the need for blended learning in a teacher education, actually teacher education, why there is a need in teacher education. Teacher education, we are calling a teacher educators and students as a student teacher. The student teacher will become the future teachers. The teacher educators creating a future. The blended learning, you can see, is a classroom learning, online learning. It is our duty to blend both. Here, elements of differentiated instruction. Someone is maybe a slow learner, average learner, below average learner, above average learner, special learner, gifted learner. He or she can learn in her or his own pace. Personalized, aligned, virtual, balanced, focused on the learner, adaptable and authentic, future focused. So definition of blended learning, I don't want to read each and everything. Integrating online and face-to-face formats to create a more effective learning experience than either medium can produce alone. It is always better. And why blended learning? You can see is the pedagogical richness, or access to knowledge, social integration or interaction, personal agency, and the cost effectiveness and ease of revision. Actually, what is happening in my blog, I prepared this slide actually in the year 2019 and 2020. I edited again. Today also I edited before going to presenting the same, but I would like to incorporate new things. You can see the blended learning different levels. Now activity level. Now this program is just like activity level, course level, program level, and institutional level. There is one UNESCO developed one tool. You can assess by yourself how much your institution is blended. Approaches to blended learning is classroom centered, eclectic centered, and transformative centered. This one is actually in general we are calling a brick and mortar and online traditional instruction, technology rich instruction. Within the here the blended learning rotation model, station rotation, lab rotation, flipped classroom. Flipped classroom is also one type of blended learning. Individual rotation, plex model, a la carte model, and enriched virtual model. These are 5 ways to implement blended learning. How you can implement, not only in teacher education, even in school education, even college education, university education also you can. Trainer drives the instruction and augments with digital tools, face-to-face in general. So rotation model here, employees cycle through a schedule of independent online study and face-to-face classroom. What you can do, simply you can ask the students to learn through online, and again coming back to computer lab and classroom. Best example, they're going and they're learning by themselves through online, and again coming back and discuss. Plex model here, most of the curriculum is delivered digitally, and trainers are best example. MOOC courses 100% is online. You can register and you can learn by yourself. Recently I visited Moregon College of Education, I provided the micro teaching one bilingual language MOOC courses, both Hindi and English. The students, those who are not able to understand English, they can understand Hindi, and those who are not able to understand Hindi, they can understand English. Labs, all curriculum is delivered digitally, but in a consistent and controlled physical location. Online driver, employees complete an entire sales course purely through an online platform with possible check-ins. So these are all blended on face-to-face, virtual webinars. This is also one type of webinar only, but we are made it is international conference, links, simulation, assessment, one-on-one coaching. So the elements of an ideal blended learning environment, in-person training, online learning, and coaching. So again, this one actually for Pomodoro technique, by using Pomodoro technique to make them, I integrated this video. It is our duty, even though I'm taking through online, but I want to make them refreshments. So 10 drivers, improve ability to personalize learning, potential for individual progress, improve student engagement and motivation, shift to online state tests, starting in 2015, need to extend time and such resources, potential to extend the reach of effective teachers, ability to improve working condition, decrease device cost. Now you can see the laptop or desktop or mobile, everything, the cost is year by year. You can see student and parent adoption of learning apps. Nowadays, so many Byju's, the app maximum people are using. At the same time, Diksha portal sponsored by Government of India in collaboration with Ministry of Education, interest in narrowing the digital divide. So there are n number of, what are the blended here, 5 essential effective best practices for blend use videos. That's why I would like to show videos. Word gives single meaning, image gives 1,000 meanings, video gives million meanings. Select a good LMS, learning management system, use a coaching layout, create two-way communication. Problem here, promote student professionalism. This is the key. I'm coming to conclusion within 1 or 2 minutes. Best example, please, you note down, those who are attending, self-assessment tool for quality higher education in the Asia Pacific blended learning. If you type on Google, you will get this one. These are all the parameters. You can see vision and philosophy, curriculum, professional development, learning support, infrastructure, facilities and resources and support, policy and institutional structure, partnership, research and evaluation. So all this is very, very important. In conclusion, good blended learning design asks you to take a deep, deliberate look at your curriculum, then design your class to offer face-to-face, what is best done face-to-face, and offer online, what would you work best online, whether in the classroom or offsite. The flipped classroom is classwork at home, homework at class. You can give whenever they are in the face-to-face, what to do, how they can learn. After going back home, they're learning, and after coming back, you can discuss with them. These are all about blended learning. So now over to the participants. If you have any queries, we can take a few questions, then we'll go for vote of thanks, and feedback will be shared after national anthem. Over to Professor Chennai sir and other noble participants. Anyone?
Amresh sir. Amresh
Sir.
So congratulations for your nice presentation. Very good. You have presented the concepts of blended learning. Very good things.
Thank
Very
you,
nice.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So may go for vote of thanks, sir. If no one has
okay.
any. Thank you, sir.
Okay, please move, Amresh sir.
Anyone else? So it gives me immense pleasure to express my gratitude for delivering wonderful keynote address on Zoroastrianism by Professor Chennai sir. This is really wonderful the way sir
Amresh,
delivered. Sir,
Amresh,
sir.
You said about Smriti Irani and Tata's are Parsis.
Yes, sir.
So Mahatma Gandhi also said one statement. Commerce without morality is a sin. Business with morality is a sin. So here you see the business style of Tatas and people. They are very right-minded people. Though they are doing business and everything, they are following laws of nature, laws of God, and laws of karma, everything. So we find great moralities in their businesses also. So I am connecting the Zoroastrian philosophy and the goodwill of the Tata's business, Amresh. So you
Yes,
have
sir. You are
connected.
excellent, sir. Really, sir. Wonderful, sir. Yeah. Whatever, even though they are doing business, but they are always keep in mind the principles of Zoroastrianism at the same time.
Actually, I will tell a few seconds. So in the Zoroastrianism, the central aspect is evil way, good way, bad thought, bad action, bad word. If you go this route, wherever you are in the politics or a business or a friendly or any affair, you are going to for sorrow, suffering. If you go in the right way with a good thought, good action, good word, in which field you are going this route, you may be happy. You see the beauty of the philosophy of Zoroastrianism very straightly. So these principles are using many people, Amreshwar. That's why in the businesses also, they are getting constant success and everything. Amreshwar.
Yes, sir. You are absolutely right, sir.
Okay,
so this is very important topic. Thanks for sharing valuable information with our participants, sir. You are always coming with a new concept, new topics and innovative topics. Those are very useful for the participants.
All the best, Amresh, sir.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prabhasankur Shukla, sir, for continuous encouragement, Professor Raja Reddy, sir, Dr. Nagarajasri Madam, Dr. Vijay Bhaskar, sir, for uploading our flyers on SVU website, Dr. Professor Mithalika Ma'am, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bartukur, sir, Dr. Swatasini Gogoi Madam for their continuous support, Professor Mipun, sir, ISTD Chairman, and Professor Dikshit, sir, a person behind of all these programs, and noble participants, especially Venkata Subramanian sir, Pavan sir, and other teachers, Meenakshi madam, those who are interacted with Professor Chennai sir. Professor Chennai sir always like to interact with the participants, dialogue method, Socrates, Lord Krishna and Arjuna, Vada, Samvada, always better to interact. 21st century sharing is knowledge. If you are not in a position to share, it is not good. Thank you very much for your wonderful cooperation. Tomorrow also at the same time, 5 p.m., 16th International Conference. We are going to, on the occasion of National Science Day, C.V. Raman birthday. So science and technology for national development. You can join and enjoy and share whatever Professor Chennai sir and other paper presenters share. Thank you very much. Now immediately national anthem, then feedback form I will share. You will get your certificate.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind, thank you. Please submit your feedback form. After submission, please check your mail whether you got or not. YouTube viewers also, please submit your feedback form. YouTube viewers, please submit your feedback form. Navdeep Madam Ji, Namasrivini, Naresh Kumar, Avni Sharma Ji, US Education,